So, just give me 1 second with this, alright? Alright, sorry about that, I just had to take care of something. Being quiet for 2 reasons. One, maybe for that reason, and the other is my fiance is trying to nap in the other room. So, welcome back to the Zelda Universe Mailbag, the weekly one. You all saw the midweek one. That's going to be a recurring feature on the site, so hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll see some other people next week. I'm going to get right into the questions for this version of the mailbag, so let's just get started, shall we? Alright, the first question comes from Katrina. She writes, I know that there was a question asked earlier based on this, but to add off it, in Twilight Princess, when Zelda gave her Triforce to save Midna, where did she go when she disappeared? Did her release of power automatically put her in Ganon's hands, or was it just to represent that she gave over her power? I think it's just she gave her power away, and that she's stuck in limbo. She's not really given rights to Ganon for him to use. It's just she blew off into limbo somewhere. It's just that, unfortunately, Ganon was the one to find her and use her power, her body, for his own use. So, the second question comes from Chugga Conroy fan. Sorry if I butchered that, as usual. Question is, do you think Zelda should ever go to a non-Nintendo system for better graphics? I don't think it should. It's a Nintendo series. It should be on a Nintendo franchise. It should be on Nintendo's console, first and foremost. But if something like Sega were to happen with Nintendo, like they stop making consoles, then yes, I would like seeing it on like an Xbox or a PS3. But I don't see Nintendo pulling out of the console war for a long time, if ever. Just because of what happened with the Wii and the DS. So the next question comes from the Zelda Sensei. They write, I'm new to Zelda Universe. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming and checking us out. I gotta say that I love your site. I'm a lifelong Zelda fan. I've beaten every one. Doing better than I am, I guess. My favorite Zelda game, without a doubt, is Majora's Mask. My question is, do you think Nintendo will ever return to Termina with another Majora's Mask or another Evil Force? Do you think it will be a sequel or not? The best thing I can tell you is that there's a rumor floating around that the Zelda that's coming out for Wii later this year is going to include the Hero of Time and might possibly be a sequel to Majora's Mask. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. We got E3 coming up in June, I think it is, to see if all those rumors are true or not, and whether or not we'll see the Hero of Time once again. I would love to see the Hero of Time again. That's my opinion, though. To see one in Termina, though, I think you've exhausted pretty much the resources of that land. So to go back there and see it again, I don't know. The only thing that could really add on to it is the land a little bit more, and the races. I mean, you saw all the races, but you really didn't get too much of a backstory of them. You met them, their perils, and you tried to save them. So that's the only way I could see it going back to Termina. The next question comes from Noah the Nintendo Nerd, and he writes, what do you think of this idea? A game where Sheik is the main character, having to save Link or help him. I included this one mainly because I've had an idea in my head for a long time that for fan fiction. I know, fan fiction. I usually don't write them, but it's the only idea I've had to write, but it takes place in the 7-year period between when Link pulls the Master Sword and is able to use it, showing how Zelda became Sheik, how she trained, how she was the one that placed all the items in the temple for Link to find and help him out. I love the Sheik character, so I would love to see a game based around him, but yes, I said him, even though he's a girl, like I've mentioned in past mailbags, but I don't think it would happen. I think Link is the main character for the Zelda series. He's always going to be the one that you're going to play. There might be times, maybe in later games, where they spin off and they allow you to take control of another character for a short period of time, but we'll have to see for that to happen. The next question comes from GamerRob1. Oh, that question was from O'Connell, by the way. I'm sorry, didn't drop a name. The next question comes from GamerRob1. It's a long question, but I'm going to paraphrase it. They're asking about the hero Shade, the character from Twilight Princess that teaches you all those special skills from the game. He wants to know if whether or not I think it's the hero of time, or another Link from past in Hyrule. I've always believed that it's the hero of time just because of all the clues that you mentioned, like run and do not falter, my child. The fact that, like you said, he has a sword that greatly resembles the Great Fairy Sword from Majora's Mask and the Mirror Shield, albeit rusted. And the fact that he knows all these special skills, and I think he even says at one point that he's a descendant of, he's one of the great heroes from the past. So putting all those two clues together, you can't help but link it to the hero of time. Plus, I also mentioned that Twilight Princess is supposedly in the child timeline. Link comes back from Termina and gets lost in the Lost Woods in the child timeline. So therefore, he could have become a Stalfos. I do believe it's the hero of time. That's what I'm trying to get at. And the last question I got is a very simple one from Dan. They write, in Twilight Princess, which of the 10 dungeons did you find the hardest? I actually looked at my strategy guide and I only counted 9, so I don't know what the 10th one is, but could be something I missed, I guess. It's a split between the Lake Bed Temple and the Snow Peak Ruins. I thought the Lake Bed Temple just because it's another water level. I don't have a hard time with them, but they're pretty annoying when you have to worry about which way the water's going, how high the water has to be for certain things, and you have to spin that windmill in 2 rooms at one point. It's annoying. Granted, once you get through it, you look back on it and go, why was this hard? The other one is the Snow Peak Ruins. Snow Peak, just because it's a huge house. It's a huge house. It's a huge mansion, and you have to backtrack to the foyer 3 or 4 times to bring back items to the Yetis. That's annoying. I also thought that the mini boss was annoying. I died a couple times trying to beat it. It's just a narrow room that you have to try to watch out for him throwing his ball up while you're hanging on the ceiling, while you're on the floor, while you're here, there, up, down. It's annoying. And the fact that it's just got freezing enemies everywhere. The fact that you have to wait for you to unfreeze, that makes it annoying. So those are my the 2 hardest temples, I guess. That's all I got for you this week, but wait 1 second, I will show you if I was caring for a child or not. So, I'm holding what I folded over in the beginning of the video, just so that you can see. It's actually a bunny. My child has not come yet, but I guess this is to say that I've been practicing swaddling, I guess, and it's coming soon, like a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks probably, before I see my daughter. So I will definitely show pictures of her somewhere on the forum, so stay tuned for that. And as always, send in your questions. I'd love to hear from you. I will be answering this until she's born, at least. Probably after. Send in your questions. Midweek mailbags. My mailbag. Have a great week, everybody.